It seems that my last video got a lot of feedback, and I wanted to clarify. So this is a part 2 on how there's a lot of diddies in the pulpit. So I want to share my personal story, just in case it may help somebody. So basically, while I was in church growing up, I experienced it a lot. Older men, young and old, probably ranging 25, 28 to 50, 60, 70 men that were, battling lust and sexual affliction. And I was a little girl. I was around 11. And I remember a grown man trying to flirt with me. And I think he was a deacon. He was a deacon in the church. And I also was sexually molested by someone who was the leader in the church. So this is a personal subject for me because of the things that I went through as a child, my testimony. So this is basically part of my testimony. And a lot of people don't ring the bell. Those people that I mentioned right now are probably still leaders today in the church. No repercussions. Not asked to step down. Nothing. No repercussions for what they did. They still in church. How many young girls are going to have to be victims? How many young boys are going to have to be victims of these type of things? Because the leaders in the church, first of all, not every church believes in deliverance. That's the problem. Second, since there's no deliverance, nobody's are getting breakthroughs with things that they suffer from and are afflicted with. So if there's a leader in the pulpit, they suffer from lust. At some point, they're going to act on that lust, especially if it's a demon. Demons are strong, especially if that person is not steadfast in their faith, in their walk, in prayer. If they're not steadfast, they can be overrun quickly. And then that can go and cause another hurt and more trauma for someone else. That's why it is important that men like that, if you know you're battling something, seek help. Seriously. Seek help. Seek deliverance. Anything. Because with that type of spirit, lust is always hungry. Lust is always hungry. It can cause somebody to inflict damages. It's not always rape that comes from it. It's not always molestation. Sometimes it can be sleeping outside your marriage. Sometimes it can be just sleeping with girls in the church. But you're a leader. But you're a leader. And that causes trauma on the woman or on the other females. It causes trauma in your marriage. It causes trauma. So we have to talk about these things. Because even though the Christian faith don't really claim Catholicism like that, it happens a lot in the Catholic Church. A lot of priests be touching young boys. And guess what? That priest is still probably a priest today. Something has to be done. Someone has to say something. Because this can't keep going. These men are getting away with it. Nothing's been done. They're not being asked to step down. That's why someone has to raise the alarm. And I'm sorry, because men have not been speaking about it enough. He chose a woman to do it.